Hi again, everyone. I don't normally present 45s, although so you don't normally find 45s anywhere. You don't see them anymore, really. But I did luck into a few this year. And when I went to Ontario, I was in a Goodwill shop, well, it wasn't Goodwill, it was Value Village. But I ran into a stack of original British 45s from the late 50s and early 60s. There were some classics there, and that was kind of a lucky find. But Frank Ifield, he was from New Zealand, I think, originally. This is his big hit. These were all like in mint, almost unplayed condition. His big hit, I Remember You. Dusty Springfield. It's called Losing You, which wasn't a big hit over here. I don't know how well it did in Britain. But see, you know, the British 45s had the inserts, and these have not been punched out, which is very unusual. This is Sandy Nelson, Let There Be Drums, who is American from, you know, Los Angeles. British copy. It's on London American Recordings. You know, one of the great instrumental groups of all time, The Shadows. This is an original copy of their hit, Wonderful Land. Pat Boone, There's Good Rockin' Tonight. Sounds orchestral, Cast Your Fate to the Wind. John Schroeder, production. Okay, all you fellas that great British guys whose videos I really watch and enjoy and really enjoy. Russ Conway. Roulette. Trampolina. To find these in Canada is like absurd, it's just impossible. So Russ Conway again. Rule Britannia and Royal Event. This is Time to Celebrate, Russ Conway. Snow Coach. And Side Saddle, an original 45 mint. And the back side of this is Pixelated Penguin. Lonnie Donegan, Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavor in the Bedpost Overnight? And has Aunt Rhody on the other side. And this was a hit here in Canada, I think in the States possibly too. The Chewing Gum song. And Lonnie Donegan, it's Darling Corey and the Battle of New Orleans, which Johnny Horton had the big hit over here. And an original British copy of Petula Clark, Downtown, you know, produced by Tony Hatch. Now a few North American 45s to show you. The Chiffons. These are all really nice copies. One Fine Day. The Chiffons. Great girl group record, one of the best. That was written by Carole King and Jerry Goffin. The Cookies, Don't Say Nothing Bad About My Baby. That's another Carole King tune. Flip side is Softly in the Night. This one here is a fantastic score. I love surf music, instrumental guitar. It's the lively one. It's the original Delphi record, Goofy Foot, which must be what happens when you don't change your socks. This is the British Tornadoes, who had the big hit with Telstar. It's The Breeze and I on one side, and on the other side it's called Ride in the Wind. This is another record. It's on Dimension Records, which I think was Carole King's label, perhaps. It's Sonny Curtis, you know, famous from the Crickets, and he wrote "I Fought the Law," which was a big hit for Bobby Fuller 4. But this one is called "A Beatle I Wanna Be," so it's a Beatle novelty song. Raymond T. I found a really nice Webb Pierce EP. Owen Bradley and his orchestra. Arthur Guitar Smith. It is called Guitar Hop on one side, and the other side is, on the other side it is My Hunting Dog Down Jed. It's on Spartan Records in Canada, the Spartan imprint. Billy J. Kramer in the Dakotas. It's Little Children. The flip side, They Remind Me of You. Here's a Canadian copy of Nervous Norvis, Wild Dog of Kentucky, and 8 Call on the other side. It's on the Quality Records imprint here in Canada. This is an original Canadian copy of, RCA copy of Elvis Mystery Train. You see it's on the blue label, which I don't know if they had the blue label pressing for the early RCA in the States or not, but they did in Canada. And the back side, it's I Forgot to Remember to Forget. This is a cool record. It's always one of my favorites when I was a kid. It's The Martian Hop by the Randells on Chairman Records. Shelley Fabre, who's had a big hit with Johnny Angel, the #1 song. Big Star on one side, and on the other side it's Telephone on Colpix. And this is another kind of a girl group song, or early girl song, popcorn kind of song. It's Kathy Brandon, Surfin' Doll on the one side. On the other side it's called A Boy to Love Me. Now I have a few CDs to show you. They're going to stop making CDs one of these days, and people are going to start collecting CDs. So if you see a CD that you really like, music you really like, if you see it for a good price, you might want to pick it up, because once CDs are gone, you're not going to have anything in full sound. CDs might not sound as good as vinyl, but try to find this stuff once they stop making CDs. This is a double CD of the very best of Elvis Costello. It's got a huge number of songs on here. It's on Rhino. There's probably about 45 songs on this. The Doors' L.A. Woman. I have these on vinyl, but I wanted to get the CDs while I saw them cheap, and these were like $1 a piece or something. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Deja Vu. You can play them in the car. I don't have a cassette deck in the car anymore, so I have to play CDs. Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. This was a good find. It's a double CD, 4 Seasons Greatest Hits. Or it's actually a triple CD, not a double. It's a triple CD, and it was put out by Reader's Digest. It's all in stereo too. Even the early songs, they're all in stereo. It's fantastic. Sandy Nelson, that drummer from Los Angeles that put out all those instrumental albums. This is his first 2 albums put into one CD. Let There Be Drums and Drums Are My Beat. Speaking of the Bangles and Matthew Sweet, Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoffs have put 2 CDs out now of cover songs. This one here is cover songs of the early 1970s. They also had an earlier CD that came out, must have been 5 years ago, where they covered some of the great pop songs of the 1960s. These are really excellent. Canadian band from the late 60s called the 49th Parallel. They had one big hit. It was Twilight Woman. An original copy of the album of Twilight Woman, you're looking at hundreds of dollars. You can find a copy. I never even see a copy come up on eBay, but this is a CD that's been re-released here in Canada with all their songs. Now this is an interesting one. Pink Floyd, it's Ummagumma. It came in a box set. I've never seen this before. 2 CDs. And kind of a poster. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. This is a nice box set. I do like a nice box set if you come across a good one. This is a Supremes box set. It's a 4 CD set. Really nice book inside. Pictures, story of the history of the Supremes. It's a nice one. So as I said, there are collectible CDs, and they're going to stop making CDs one of these days. You know, all the downloading that goes on, get them while you can at a good price. Thanks everyone.